Hey guys, big news! In case you didn't already hear, Sony has announced a virtual reality headset prototype for the PlayStation 4. It's currently known as Project Morpheus. Okay, it's a bad Agent Smith, but Mr. Morpheus apparently is in the latter stages of development. At the Game Developers Conference, they're showing it off. They're having developers look at it, some of the stuff that I've read, they're reworking certain levels of Thief to work with it as a demo. So they're showing that you can retrofit certain games, for the device. There's a couple games that are exclusive for it. One of which is called Castle, which you use a PS move as a sword. And that combination I think is really smart if you do it correctly. A lot of questions are being raised at this point because they've been rumored to have this headset for a while now. So there's arguably more questions than answers right now, but I'm going to give you guys some speculation and all the news that I've seen so far. Um, the It's standalone technology. They were inspired by the Oculus Rift, they said, as far as because both things were under development pretty much at the same time. So you can take that for what it is. The Morpheus prototype looks to be a lot less unruly than the Oculus Rift one does. So that could mean one of two things. Either it's a great compressed version of the same technology, or it's not as complicated, which is probably what it's going to be. No announcements on price points yet, and they're encouraging. Basically, the whole reason they're unveiling it here is to get dev kits out to developers to try and get some game support. In other words, I think their hope is when they actually launch this product to have games that support it right out of the gate, and or have older games have patches, to enable the support. And I have a feeling that Sony would fund such a thing if they could, or subsidize it in some way. So again, no pricing, which, if I had to venture a guess, we were looking at probably $300, $400 for something like this. Expect to pay a lot of money. I'd be really happy with $200. Anything below that, I just don't think is possible. It probably is going to require a wired connection, which, pardon me, it is a little later than usual. If it needs a wired connection, that kind of lessens my excitement for it, because, I don't want to stand that close to my console. But then again, you've got remote play, which connects wirelessly and is great. So if you have it to where the headset directly connects to the Wi-Fi radio, pretty good chance that it'll work along the same line. So hoping that it's fully wireless, or at least wireless as far as connecting to the PS4, and you just have to have it plugged in or something like that. Other things I'm hoping for, with the size of the headset and how practical it looks, I'm really hoping that... I'm really sorry. Ugh. I apologize, you guys. I'm really hoping that it will double as a monitor. Just a regular monitor for any other game. Because it has the 90-degree turn for it. Like, you can kind of... I don't know why my hair's doing that. That's weird. 90-degree turn within the game space, and it has the sound immersion, all that fun stuff. It has that depth of field. It looks like it's really going to be done well. Not too over the board crazy, so that's why I'm thinking it's not going to be that expensive, but it should be very cool. But I am hoping that with all those features set in there, I really hope that we can use it as a monitor for the PS4. This is why I don't do videos at night. But yeah, I'm hoping it becomes a monitor, because think about that. You think about people that are in dorm rooms or efficiency apartments, or even taking that idea of remote play to the next level, where you could conceivably have that that on your head, and then even be using the Vita as a controller if you're too far away from your console. Use the actual controller, and then you're in the same room as anybody else. And it brings a lot of interesting ideas forward. And one thing that you're probably going to hear a lot about with this, at least with the people that are enthusiasts of the software, PlayStation Home. Can you imagine PlayStation Home with this technology? Pretty sure that's one of the first things they're going to launch with it. Mark my words. They're going to try it. They're going to at least try it. When they had a build of God of War where Shuhei Yoshida looks down and says he saw that his body was Kratos' and he was really excited by that, you know damn well that they're going to want to do some kind of Second Life or Avatar, not the movie, but an actual Avatar type gameplay, social thing, and that would sell like fucking hotcakes. Can you imagine that? Second Life or PlayStation Home or both in a virtual reality setting where you are that character. It isn't just a third party or third person thing running around. A lot of people would buy that, And I know there are people that use Home, there are people that don't use Home, and they have their opinion on it. I'm going to tell you right now, you want to bash Home, all you're doing is like bashing Call of Duty or whatever. Like, some people play it, some people don't. It is what it is. And if you don't enjoy it, that's fine. But it's a great service, and a lot of people like it. So, not a thing wrong with it. So I'm thinking that. I think it opens up really cool possibilities for the UI as well. Like, I would think there'd be a separate UI for the PS4 for the virtual reality, and you can kind of navigate it however. But no word on how any of that's going to work just yet. This is clearly in development. It's not finished. It's not ready for retail or prime time. A lot of speculation. But they're confident when they put on a blog on the United States North American PlayStation blog. They just put out a thing tonight on it from Shuhei Yoshida and officially announced it. So that tells me that they're really confident in the technology, and they're really confident in what they have, and they're trying to get people excited about it to develop for it. So, and where a lot of people have been complaining about indie game development, they're always like, I don't want indie games, I want AAA titles. Something like this is where this hardware is going to excel big time, because of the fact that you'll have more experiences for it right away, because people will just be so excited about it. That with virtual reality being something that has been in the works for decades, and it's been barely realized even in a computer space. Now to see it on a home console and something that is presumably going to be affordable for most consumers, that's pretty cool. And already the press is making this comparison of, well, the Xbox has the Kinect and now the PlayStation's going to have Morpheus. They already have it rumored that Microsoft's working on a headset, and I gotta be honest, if I was at Microsoft, I'd be making sure that rumor was planted, just to take away the thunder as much as I could, even if we weren't even developing one. But here's the thing about Microsoft. They've been working on the Kinect for many years. And the Xbox One Kinect, by the accounts I've seen and read, it works okay, but it's not anywhere near, it's not that much better than the last Kinect. At least not the way it was sold, E3 and so forth. It's better, but still there's way too many bugs in it. Now, if it worked as well as it was supposed to, or if it's going to get tweaked between now and there is a virtual headset out there, then you're getting into something that's a really good idea. Because now we're talking about controllerless gesture, virtual reality. That is something that is very intriguing to me. And if Sony embraces the PlayStation Move again and has a slightly redesigned model for the PS4, I'm going to be there. Absolutely. There's certain, like, on the rail shooters would be a lot of fun with a virtual reality headset and the Move, and Resident Evil, Gone Home, that PC game. I would love to see something like that, because I did see that there's a build that works with the Oculus Rift. Of course it can work with the Sony virtual reality Morpheus headset. There's a lot of applications with it. You could even just... Simple enough, right? You could, when you're watching a movie, you could just have a program set up to where it looks like a much larger screen. Because they already have, sunglass monitors that make the screen look like it's 1,000 feet tall or something. So you could do the same thing with this virtual reality headset. So it isn't just straight up, hey, 3D virtual reality applications. There's, practical things. And depending upon the game, you could have co-op, or, if you're going to do the movie thing, two people could be sitting on the same couch or in the same house. Who knows? I mean, there's tons of possibilities with this thing. And I think it's a great idea, and I think that introducing it at a developers conference is the right way to do it, because you're getting the right people excited about it. This isn't about making money right now. This is about making a change, making progress with the art form that we enjoy so much. And I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm a little speechless and staggered, because there's just so many things that it could be used for. What do you guys think? I mean, do you think that it would warrant, retrofitting certain games like Last of Us? Oh, can you imagine that? Last of Us DLC that takes advantage of this headset and then being streamed through PS Now, like linking everything together to where it's a PS Now exclusive DLC for Last of Us that uses the virtual reality headset, so where you are Joel, or you are Ellie, or you are an infected. Oh, just craziness, right? What about a Telltale game where you're the character? And with, basically all the headset has to do at that point is immerse you in the story, and the control scheme doesn't have to be complicated at all. There's tons of stuff here. So what do you guys think would be, the right route to go? I mean, what would be fun? I mean, me personally, I want to see a virtual reality game that's like a platformer. So you're like jumping and all this other stuff. I think that would be great. It might make me puke, so they'd have to give me a bucket and all this other stuff. Certainly there's first-person shooter games that could benefit from it. But I think that's the obvious choice. Like, what are the unobvious ones? Driving, always going to be a good idea. And maybe just because I'm tired, but I'm kind of at a lack of other ideas. So, let me know down here. Tell me what I'm missing here, and what other things you've heard or read. And let's just kind of keep the conversation going. I promise that I will follow the story as it develops. We'll continue to have discussions about it and see where the technology is going. The channel is growing. Maybe by the time this thing is getting closer to launch, or when developers do get dev kits, the channel will be even bigger, and people will notice, like, developers will get ideas from us. So let's start the conversation now and let it grow. All right? So, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And as always, keep on grinding, guys. Good night.